Good afternoon, everybody. It's wonderful to see you all here. I'm delighted that you took this initiative, and I think it just shows a little bit of the kind of people that you are. Because, we know what kind of students you are. You are reaching the end of your academic career in OLM very successfully, but this shows another side of you, which is being people who care about other people, people who have love in their hearts, and to whom it's not just the academics that matter, but the relationship that you built over these years at OLM. So, again, I think I can say in the name of all the teachers how happy we are to be here with you guys today. And, although I already sent an email, it's not too much to congratulate our valedictorian, Marina Coria, and our salutatorian, Beatriz Lima, on their great performances. And we will have a graduation in which Marina will be able to deliver her speech and Bia will be able to proudly stand next to her. Okay? So, without anything else to say, I turn it over to you because this is really your day and you are the ones who have to do the talking.
Okay, hi everyone. I'm going to be your news anchor for today. So I just wanted to thank everyone who is here, and we wanted to do this meeting as a way to wrap up and celebrate in the middle of all this chaos and just confusion. And so each of us is going to talk a little bit about a teacher, and I'm going to start with Miss Paz. So, firstly, she took us on a trip throughout the years with all of her history classes. And whether you learned about the American Revolution, the Enlightenment, or the Age of Exploration, her classes were always pushing us to think more about the other countries and societies. Personally, I went to MEUN with her 3 times, and each time I got to learn more about international affairs. I loved that experience. And I also know that my fellow AP Euro historians also had a lot of fun with our weekly debates in AP Euro, and when Ms. Pais rolled her eyes when we started discussing the scientific revolution for the 100th time. And yet, even if you didn't have these experiences with her, you know that she pushes her students to do her best throughout high school and to think critically about the world, allowing us to study history, which I think is so important to understand the world today and the problems it is undergoing. As we know, history repeats itself. So I want to thank Ms. Pais, and the next person can start speaking, please.
Hello, everyone. I'm here today in the Trigonometry Village to talk about our dear Miss Freire, also known as the math goddess and our dancing queen. As most of you know, math is not our class's greatest strength, but Miss Freire was always able to get us interested in the subject in one way or another. Her tests were really hard and challenging, but I believe that this was very beneficial to the class since it led us to become more responsible and mature as we were pushed to dedicate ourselves to the fullest in order to be successful. Miss Freire is very special to me personally, as she always believed that I could reach my greatest potential academically even when I didn't. She motivated me to want to work harder and do better every single day. Calculus is really, really, really hard, and I believe that I can say this on behalf of the whole calculus group. But Miss Freire always came up with different ways to help us understand the subject and make it seem a little less impossible. Miss Freire, the class of 2020 would like to thank you from the bottom of our hearts for having so much patience with us and getting us to really understand your lessons despite our compromised mathematical skills, and also for the fun and happy moments we shared along all these years. Now I pass to the next person, Alice.
Thank you. Boa tarde, everyone. So I'm really happy to be the one to talk about the 2 people who made my life in OLM so much better. And I'm trying to find a way to thank you, Olga and Vinny, but it's so hard. Like, you guys are too special. Vinny, you're the kind of guy who does the weirdest and scariest magic tricks that to this day I can't really figure out how. But don't forget, you did promise to teach me one of them after I graduate, and I have not forgotten about that. And do you have any idea just how hard it is, like, not to see you smiling any point during the day? It's actually crazy. You're a person who cares so much about your students, and you even have a giant jar of sour sweets for us whenever we need, and that's amazing. Um, you're a person who cares so much about us, and you do anything for us, and I'm really thankful for that. Olga, you help us through it all, and you were our classes teacher when they were little, when you give us our one period a week to just meditate and relax. And you're a person who always has your door open for us anytime we need, and you're just amazing. Personally, I can say that you guys have been the best people I've met in the school, and on behalf of class of 2020, I thank you both so much, and that you're very special to us. So, like, yeah, Sabrina. Go.
So hello. I would like to talk to Miss Burks, but she's not here. But she will see the video later. I remember that she told me that she had classes with my college before. But I would like to especially thank her because she always helped me throughout the year with all my essays and all my corrections and like all my typos. She like fixed it all. So I'm gonna keep it short as it's mostly personal, but I would like to especially thank her for always helping me out. And then Mr. Friedman is also not here, but I would like to thank him, especially from the class of AP English, as even though he was new, he was a bit confused about the AP program, he was kind of able to make us improve throughout the year. Even though his class were repetitive, he was kind of able to make them more fun every day. And I would like to thank him and wish him kind of a good and happy future at OLM, even though we're not going to be there anymore. So, BS to you.
Okay, hi. I'm directly from the holiest place on earth, the place where Jesus Christ was born, and where Miss Prudencio watched from the sidelines it happening. So, I'm here to talk about the Musa of Religião. Although we only had 2 years with her, Miss Prudencio increased our interest in Catholicism and the history of it throughout the Bible. Instead of teaching us lectures, she presented us challenges along the way. The competitiveness of every student was tested throughout the numerous games of Kahoot, Jeopardy, and crossword puzzles. Because of the nature of the individuals of our class, these always ended up in a fight. Someone cheated or the other person was receiving more candy. By the way, I really miss the candy. Please give me more. Um, but besides that, we had a lot of fun. We did karaoke sessions to religious songs, as well as Young and Beautiful by Lana Del Rey, which really marked our years in high school. Thank you for having so much patience and for teaching us the values through your lessons. We really appreciate it. Now to Jonas.
Hello, everybody. I'm here directly from the chapel where everything is holy and shiny, but not as shiny as Miss Souza's smile. Miss Souza, not only your smile has brightened our days in classes, but also your sense of community, no pun intended, and respect for all. Even though we are a Catholic school, you taught us about many religions, hanging from Candomblé to Buddhism, making us understand a little more about the world's diversity and how beautiful it is to live in a community and be diverse. Also, through the community service activities, we are able to connect to people from different social background than ours, which made us develop and improve our compassionate and empathetic feelings towards others. Also, it was a pleasure learning about your family. Send them a big kiss. Mostly, thank you. Thank you for always singing with us during Mass and for being the best lead singer we could wish for. Celebrate Jesus, celebrate. Now I will pass the mic to Fipa.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today I come to represent all professionals in the P area, especially those who were very important in my adaptation at OLM. We would like to thank you for always making the atmosphere more relaxed, even after a test. Talking to you is something we highly value. Thank you for always fighting for us in everything we request from the school, and especially thanks for being these excellent professionals that you are. All of us who participate in the Big 8 or Inter 6 championships, or even the trips to NR before high school, I share that all of these unique moments that OLM and especially you have provided for us will be marked in our lives. In addition, I would like to ask you to remain these people with empathy, always wanting to help others. Our most sincere gratitude for all of you. A hug from the entire class of 2020. Now I'm passing my word to Tomás.
So, good afternoon, everyone. I'm here to talk about people that teach a subject that everyone likes, and they are Ms. Penchak and Cleide. Now, even though art is not taught like a science or math, it is just as important. Also, even though there are people who feel like they prefer learning the exatas, everyone still has an artistic side to them. And I, on behalf of the class of 2020, thank you a lot for letting everyone's artistic side flourish. I'm sure one of the best times we had at OLM were in your class, and we cannot thank you enough for that. You always made our class have a perfect environment for our minds to relax and run free. Once again, Ms. Penchak and Cleide, the class of 2020, thanks you a lot. Now, I'm passing it over to Theo.
So, hello everyone. I'm here directly from the world of music, where there is a king who understands everything about every single sound that exists and that gently shares his knowledge with OLM students. Of course, I'm here to talk about Mr. Camera. So first of all, I want to thank you for your patience with us. We know that it was really hard to deal with those crazy middle school students that we were. So your passion for teaching was always very touching and motivated every single one of us to be there with you in your class. You taught us things way beyond music, and I'm sure you are responsible for our formation as humans. And there are no words that can describe how thankful we are for having you. With you, we learn to live with intensity, to follow our dreams, to have passions, and to enjoy every single moment of life. So in the name of the class of 2020, I thank you a lot, and without you, this path through OLM would be completely different. We will always remember you in a special way. Thank you so much. I pass the mic to Beatriz.
Hello again now. I'm here in the middle of the ocean where the sun is shining, the temperature is warm, and I'm lost as always. But I'm not complaining. It sure is better than being sent to Bangladesh. So all jokes aside, I'm going to talk about one of the people who marked our years at OM the most, Ms. Braguinha. You have become more than a teacher. You're a listener, support system, shoulder to cry on, and counselor to most, if not all, of the class 2020. You have willingly submitted yourself to hearing and caring about our lives, both academically and personally. You have taught us to do our best and that all the hard work we did will eventually pay off. Almost all of us have spent at least one brunch time in your room, if not lunch and any other class we could escape. Sorry to the other teachers. Solving doubts, desabafando, and focando. But that is not all we did. You were one of the most amazing teachers we had. You made a point in trying to captivate our interest in your subject, creating PowerPoints with the pictures on them, showing funny videos, making analogies, and of course, all the jokes. As for the whole class of 2020, all the time we spent with you signified a career choice for some, a new understanding of biology for others, but most importantly, the power a teacher has when they're able to reach out to their students and adjust the materials that are taught in order for them to comprehend and better like a subject. We will forever remember the teacher who found a way for everybody to broaden their understanding on their subject and was always there for us in cases we needed help and a person to talk to. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Right now we are in lab created by Renan Misha, a very caring and talented professor in Our Lady of Mercy School. Although chemistry is sometimes complex and not very fun for many people, Mr. Misha is always able to liven up the room with jokes. And congrats to him for being able to put up with our zoeira for one whole year and a chaotic year in AP chemistry with all the accents and stuff. But he knows when it's time to get serious and when it's time to have little talks with people outside class. Most of all, it is clear everything he does is with the success and benefit of the students in mind. On a personal note, I can say I will never forget how you helped me to prepare for my AP and SAT tests before even class started, even though it was not your obligation. And the class of 2020, thank you for your lessons, for hearing and helping us, and for being the best teacher you could for us. Now I will leave Misha to the discovery of the new Mysterium elements and pass the mic to Julia Martins, who is in the same lab as me.
Hello, I'm talking now right next to Sophia from the corner of the lab, also known as the Leo spot, a secret hiding place where only classified people are allowed, unless unclassified people enter without their permission at their own stake. The owner of the spots, Mr. Leonardo Rezende. I don't believe he's here in the call right now, but he'll watch the video. So, Leo, you make us laugh in every lab by imposing your no eating, goggles, tied hair, pants, and closed shoes rules. Rules that are only for the plebeians, since you were allowed to leave the lab with the lab coats. I bet if it weren't for you, we would have already lost an eye or put the school on fire. Besides getting everything perfect and ready for us, you have to deal with our mess of a class which never stops. I hope you can find it in your heart to forgive us for the chaos we've caused in the lab, especially me, since I know you'll carry the day I accidentally broke up pipettes forever in your heart. Anyhow, I know you will miss bumping into us at the hallways and hear crazy conversations every once in a while. Thanks for putting a little joy to our days by making us laugh. You're really incredible, and we will all miss you very much. Now to Maria Luisa.
Hello all, good evening. I'm directly here from the loud and proud Maracanã in the middle of a Flamengo game to talk about our dear, sweet, and lovely Mr. Alves. You fascinate us with your ability of making us laugh with your special way of being, but also with your comprehensive nature of understanding that each and every one of us has its own limits and capabilities. You intellectually challenge us in the most diverse ways, either being by making us construct little cars or melt chocolates with our own bare hands, leading us to artistically understand the physics behind this process. We recognize your efforts to make us all be in the same boat, and for that, we thank you. Also, you always manage to make us feel more comfortable during moments of tension, as when you put, very creatively, and let's say, peculiarly, our names in past problems, making us burst into laughter in the middle of tests and forget our possible future F just for a second. Then the tension comes back when we're about to receive our test and possible future F. But by putting a religious soundtrack in the background with songs such as Nossa Senhora or You Are My Hiding Place, you make us feel again more relaxed and forget our possible future F. Then we receive our test and our F, and the fun is over. Mr. Alves, we would like to say that physics is challenging, but your unique and quirky personality beautifully marks your senior year and made physics at least pleasant to learn. Now, I'll pass the mic to João.
Hello, everyone. I'm here to talk about Mr. Hamassa, commonly known as Daniel. And although we're an English school, when I was thinking about this kind of thank you note, I came to the conclusion that the best and the only way for me to do this would be writing in Portuguese. So here it goes. A única maneira de começar essa declaração é esclarecendo a imensa dificuldade pessoal de formular algum tipo de texto concreto expressando a minha gratidão a você, Daniel. Obviamente, essa dificuldade não nasce da ausência de razões competentes a agradecimentos, mas pela abundância. Permitindo minha performance de um pequeno ultraje, o de reduzir a palavras redigidas com pressa suas virtudes pedagógicas ao meio de dar forma a este obrigado virtual e moderno. Primeiramente, é primordial ressaltar sua fabulosa habilidade de, através das aulas, praticar uma educação libertadora, enfatizando a integração e não a acomodação. Vale também abordar a forma com a qual você, cordialmente, manteve uma relação horizontal com nós alunos, valorizando sempre o debate e o questionamento, culminando assim em uma maior aptidão de nós pensarmos criticamente. Assim, através do ato, transparecendo a noção de que acatar argumentos automaticamente, por exigência, sem lhes dispensar análise devida e atenção interessada, é extremamente desrespeitoso. Ademais, devo salientar a coisa maneira que você, através do ensino da língua, Babel comporte a importância de tal, criou na sala de aula um ambiente onde podemos refletir e começar a compreender os porquês de acontecimentos que ocorrem ao lado de fora do portão azul de nosso colégio. Assim sendo, por mais que estejam longe dispostos e de maneira breve, ambos sua virtude e minha gratidão por elas, termino este breve texto com uma palavra excêntrica e única da nossa língua. Sentirei saudade. Obrigado, Daniel. Muito axé para você e viva a língua portuguesa.
Okay, so today I'm here live from the School of Athens to talk about our favorite philosopher, which is not Plato, it's not Aristotle, it's, you guessed it, Miss Cheryl. So really often I felt like there was some sort of external force that was trying to keep us from reaching our most enlightened states, because we were always missing classes, because when we were back in school, every single holiday that could possibly fall in one of our classes would fall in one of our classes. And now that we're here through the computer, the internet is always working against us. But every time that we did manage to have classes, they were always my favorite. sorry to everyone else. Ms. Yara, we just really appreciate how you always make an effort to make the classes feel just like a big conversation and not really like a lecture, because it's always really fun when everyone's able to just share their opinions and their ideas and like make this big debate. But also we're really appreciate the way they always seem to be so considerate on like what we're feeling and our opinions, and like if you saw that we're having a lot of work, you'd always make an effort to accommodate us, and all of this is something that we really value, and it really made your classes feel like a really welcoming environment. And because of this, they were always the classes that I personally look forward to the most every week, and I'm really gonna miss the classes. So take it away, Jonas.
Roger that, Fifi. So I'm here exactly where the wonderful and genius play Hamlet by the idol William Shakespeare is being presented to the whole audience that is allocated in the theater. But this time, I'm not here to talk about the play itself with the main character Hamlet being a tragic hero, but another hero with no tragic flaws who is present in the daily lives of normal students from Rio de Janeiro in Our Lady of Mercy School. This hero, and what a hero, goes by the name of Mr. Rucker. With all of his ancients inside the class with his students, and also by having a constant eye that always watches us, he's able to transform the classroom into a room of full young men and women ready to learn. In a daily basis, although some unorthodox methods of learning are used by Mr. Rucker, such as the standing desks, where I personally have had many experience many times during our classes, and the karate kicks on the desks, which keep the bad students from sleeping during the daily lectures, perhaps full of ironies. We all know that he does this in order to hook us to the interests that will make us thrive in life, using, of course, always virtue, rather than force, as Ashabi has taught us. That being said, as Mr. Rucker is a very special person to the whole class, and this feeling might be reciprocal, although we will never know, many outstanding and memorable moments were lived, such as the periods that he was always present in the most difficult times for us, not leaving the class at any circumstances. We honor that. It seems that Mr. Rucker is an immigrant, not a Chinese-American female one, but one that fell into our class and was extremely welcomed by everybody, especially due to his unique charisma and captivating personality. Still a very mysterious old man who definitely hates CrossFit and still has some questions that needs to be answered, including, of course, what time were you born, sir? You can be sure, Mr. Rucker, that all of the class loves you and is grateful for all of the wonderful things that you've done to us. You've opened our eyes and inspired us in many different ways that I cannot describe in words. Thus, we are eternally glad and honored to be in your classroom, the students' golden country, learning and hanging out with you. Thank you, Master. All to you, Tel.
So, hello everyone again. I'm here to talk about someone that is very special, since if everyone here is graduating in this school, it's because of what he does and because all of his effort toward us and every single student in OLM. That's because I'm here to talk about Mr. Freire, our high school principal. Someone that was always able to see us as humans instead of just students, and that always were kind and always accepted our crazy suggestions for whatever is bothering us in school. As ex-school co-presidents, I can say by all of our meetings, and there were many of them, you always were very supportive towards our ideas and helped with the development of them. There are not enough words to describe how easy not seeing you every day, and as we see other teachers, we are thankful for every second you spend putting effort on our development as students and humans. I'm sure that this class will remember you in a very special way. Thank you. All to you, Alice.
Hi again. So, I always say this, but I don't think it's ever enough. Ms. Machado, you're a rainha, and I'm sure I can say this not only for myself, but for the whole class. I can't find words to describe just how amazing you are, and just how special you are to our class. Thank you for saving our lives whenever we needed, and for having the biggest patience with all of us all these years. You were there to push us when we didn't push ourselves. You were there to hear our problems when no one else was. And you were there to celebrate with each one of us, always. You are a rainha that I'll never forget, and as a class, we will always take you in our hearts. Thank you for you. And now to Elena.
Hello, everyone. I'm here from the fun and crowded block of Boitolo to talk about the Gotinha of our lives, Rafael Gota. Rafael once said, and I quote, Vocês foram a sala que mais me acolheram. At first, we were highly honored and emotional about this recognition. But then we realized and discovered through other classes that he would say that to everyone. So we questioned, are we special to you, Rafael? As a class, we could see that yes, we are special to you. Our class has very different personalities, we're very different individuals, but still you were able to connect with every one of us in different ways. You've been with us through every highlight, being the Civil War we had, the Watergate, Arthur quebrando a porta, Kelly key conspiracy theories, Fernando de Noronha, your personal problem with Indian food, and how you were the absent father in the elective that was carinhosamente named as BBB, and many other events. Also, we are very sorry for Bia's grosserias towards you, but we also know that it does not impact you since Julia is your favorite student and she's always quiet in your class. Now, jokes aside, we're very thankful for all the laughs we had in your class. All the turma silêncio, boa tarde turma, turma por favor, and os derivados would always be in our hearts due to the memorable teacher, Mr. Silva, is to all of us. And we know that we are to Mr. Silva as well. He even cried in our Spirit Week dance, like, come on, quer mais amor que isso? Impossível. With that, we would like to thank you, Rafael, for all the good moments and the friend-like teacher you became to us. Hope you will always be a sala que mais te acolheu, and that you stop saying that to other classes. Let us have our special title. Thank you. Now, I pass to my good friend, Sophia.
Hello, I am right here in Johns Hopkins University to announce a very important scientific discovery coming from the science unit. And this is that Mr. Hill, otherwise known as Mr. Riri, Mr. Rill, Hall Police, and jokingly, Mr. Rude, was identified as Johns Hopkins' best students and OLM's favorite Hall Police. Mr. Hill was described by OLM's 2020 class to be very funny, especially by making fun of the students' learning capabilities, but being very sympathetic to them in the process. Also being very musically inclined, especially due to his strong love towards Adele's music. Mr. Hill is also known to pretend not to like his obviously favorite students ever within the OLM community, which are the current seniors, obviously, and always makes a point to show us his class of 2019 mug, which is in fact very ugly and should be replaced. He also pretends not to like the shrine the 2020 class made for him, but in reality, he loves it. That's why he keeps it in everyone's view at all times, even more than the ugly mug. A final point being made about Mr. Hill is that he loves to camouflage with his classroom objects, especially the chairs and the walls. Going into a more serious note, Mr. Hill is a very good teacher and was able to teach people who simply do not understand math at all to become possibly good in the subject, especially the members of the social club, with his kind and patient way of being. This piece revolving around the subject, Richard Nicholas Hill, comes from the fact that he is considered so special by the class of 2020 that he's being honored our class's yearbook teacher dedication. Congrats, Mr. Reeve. We love you.
Congratulations. And now I'm going to I think everybody spoke, right? Yes. So I'm going to the last announcement, which is we have already spoken about this person, but we all agree that this, although every one of you who's here was very important for us throughout our years in school, as you can see, and we all love you. We decided to honor one teacher as our Paraninfo, who we really identified with, and I think we really built a special connection. So without further ado, I would like to announce that our Paraninfo is Mr. Rafael Silva, and we really love you, and we want to thank you for everything. So yeah, congratulations. And thank you for the moral support. And I don't know if you want to say anything, but if not, our meeting is basically done, and we want to thank everyone who is here and who has helped us throughout our years, and also Ms. Xavier for helping us organize this meeting. I know she was always trying to think about every detail, and she was also very important for this. So yeah, thank you.
Enfim, eu vou falar rapidinho, Xavier, bem rápido mesmo. Enfim, eu acho que tipo vocês demonstraram muito bem, assim, não só com palavras, não só para mim, enfim, para todos os professores, o quanto vocês são mais do que alunos, vocês são carinhosos, vocês são atenciosos, vocês pegaram várias características e várias coisas bem peculiares de cada professor para dizer. Acho que isso diz muito da relação que vocês construíram com todos nós, como alunos, em alguns momentos bagunceiros, em alguns momentos que deram muito trabalho, em alguns momentos que tiraram nossos cabelos. Minha barba era bem menos branca quando eu comecei a dar aula para vocês. Talvez muitas tenham nome e sobrenome nessa sala. Mas assim, foi um período incrível, né, acho que de aprendizado para todo mundo, sempre com muita energia. Eu acho que eu cheguei a falar isso para vocês naquele vídeo. Vocês têm, quando vocês viraram cines, vocês têm muita energia, vocês têm muita alegria de viver. Eu acho que, tipo, especialmente nesse momento de dificuldade para a humanidade como um todo, não só no Brasil, enfim, todo mundo está vivendo uma pandemia. Acho que a alegria, a energia, a motivação de vocês são muito inspiradoras. Assim, vocês têm enfim, o que os psicólogos ou pedagogos vão dizer, de uma inteligência emocional muito apurada. E eu tenho certeza que a Kátia, por exemplo, já comentou isso em alguns momentos, que ela, enfim, vai lidar com projetos sociais. Vocês têm ali enfim, uma empatia, um carinho diferenciado. Isso não só é uma característica importante, eu ia falar para o mercado de trabalho, mas muito mais para a humanidade agora. Acho que, tipo, se a gente pode dizer, o desafio do futuro da educação é produzir seres humanos mais empáticos, seres humanos mais amorosos, que respeitem o indivíduo, que pensem coletivamente. E vocês, em muitos momentos, posso citar várias vezes, vocês fizeram isso do jeito de vocês, que às vezes é confuso, às vezes é briguento, mas de uma forma sempre muito amorosa, sempre com muito fervor e vontade de fazer melhor e de fazer coisas boas, sabe? Vocês são uma turma muito incomum para todos os sentidos que vocês queiram dizer sobre isso. E foi um prazer esses 3 anos. Foi cada aula, os alunos que saíram são muito especiais também. Então, assim, foi um momento muito especial. Uma pena a gente agora não tem, enfim, todo o roteiro normal que se segue de uma formatura, mas acho que vocês conseguiram tornar esse momento singelo, mas muito especial, que tocou o coração de muitos professores. E todo mundo falando, eu ia trocando aqui a janela para ver a reação dos professores. Muitos não só ficaram felizes, como se emocionaram. Acho que vocês fizeram valer a pena do início ao fim. E no fim surgiu um imprevisto e vocês deram um jeito de tornar ele o melhor possível, como vocês fizeram em outros momentos. Então, acho que isso tornou ainda mais especial a formatura de vocês e que no final vai ser único. Ninguém mais vai ter uma formatura no meio de uma pandemia. A gente espera, pelo menos. Então, vocês vão ser especiais nesse sentido também. Enfim, é isso. Eu fico muito feliz, fico muito grato, não só por ter sido escolhido, mas por cada segundo dando aula para vocês, por cada aprendizado, por cada minuto compartilhando alegrias e tristezas com vocês. Muito obrigado.
Class of 2020. To be very honest, whenever I think about, for example, like preparing people for the future, lots of parents, and I have been saying that to a lot of parents. The parents are very much concerned about preparing their kids to be good doctors, good engineers, good professionals. I am very much worried about preparing good people. Good people. If we prepare, if we help someone to become a good person, that person is going to be a good professional as a result, right? And from the bottom of my heart, I think you have a lot of potential to change, right? We want people to change our society, to change the world, right? No matter how much you're going to do, just do it, right? 3 things that I would not like you to forget, right? In order to achieve our objectives, 3 things: be good, work hard, and pray. These are the 3 things that, guys, really, if you do it right with intensity, you're going to get whatever you want to get to, right? Be good. Try to do your best in everything possible. Work hard. right? Everything has to be done. It has to be done, with a lot of work, right? And pray, especially when things get difficult. Don't panic. Never panic. There is always a solution for everything. If you cannot see the solution, pray. God is going to enlighten you. All right? Thank you for everything.
Thank you, Ms. Souza. That was beautiful. And, really, I'm so glad that you took the opportunity to say what I think is what we all think. Thank you.
Ms. Machado, I'm going to say a few words because some of the students are asking me to say something. So I suppose I can say something to them. I have a few of you guys in class, so I spoke to some of you on Tuesday about this, and just we're proud of you guys, and I wanted to say congratulations. It's been quite the journey. I think we tend to have a good time in class once in a while, even though you guys try to make things as difficult as possible. No matter how much we try to make things as easy as possible for you, you find a way to complicate things and stress your teachers out. But I think we're all very proud of you guys for making it this far, especially in these difficult times. And, one thing about your class, you guys have been able to kind of adapt to challenges throughout the years. And I hope you guys continue to do that as you leave us. It's a very important characteristic to have. And just always know that you guys have a place here if you ever need anything. Okay?
Okay, congratulations. This was much more than I could ever imagine. You guys did a wonderful job. I was deeply moved, seriously. And I think your teachers as well. This is what makes us believe in what we do and what we need to continue doing, to see what a wonderful job you did throughout all these years and how you've reached this culminating point of your education at OLM so beautifully. So I would like to thank each and every one of you for your patience, for your trust, for your engagement, for your cooperation. I know it was hard many times. I know some of the decisions we had to make weren't easy, were not nice, but you were there all the time supporting us and standing together with us. And being at this meeting today was just so very special. I'm looking forward to the day where I can see you guys in person and we can honor you for as much as you deserve in front of everyone and of the whole school. And I really hope that this day is getting closer than we imagine. So thank you very, very much. The bottom of my heart, this was very touching. Congratulations. I think that all of you have a great future ahead of you. Congratulations on this mission.
And once more, thank you everyone for coming. So you may leave if you want.
Bye, people.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Our family, our mother, how strengthened our home, our valley of light and our sacred dome. Awaken our minds, beside us through time, our pride and our glory, we're drawing a story. You gave us the pen and the paper you laid, the dreams that you saved and the futures you made. Forever am I your knight, everlasting your wisdom bright. We're singing with all our might. As a lancer I'll fight, as a student I'll shine, as a human I'll bow to your colors divine. As a lancer I'll fight, as a student I'll shine, as a human I'll bow to your colors divine. Our invisible jersey late